Now on CoastTV News.
Bone-chilling wind chills greeting us this Monday morning. We're also dealing with icy sidewalks and back roads. How long will Delmarva feel like a tundra? I'll have the answer coming up.
Feeling the freeze, the danger these temperatures are presenting after Sunday's snow.
Reiner death investigation. The shocking discovery that filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife were found dead in their Los Angeles home on Sunday.
Reassessment hearing wrap-up. What to expect at Delaware's Legislative Hall for the final meeting about the state's controversial property process.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Today is Monday, December 15th, 2025.
And if you like Sunday's temperatures, Grace, I have a feeling you're going to love what we have for you this morning.
Another frigid day. Those super low temperatures when Chris was showing us the wind chill in the single digits.
Oh my goodness.
Single digits.
It's been a while since we've had those single digits. That's
true.
I think the new thing in this scenario.
You know what? I'm fine with cold temperatures as long as we get some pretty snow to look at. As long as the aesthetics are there and it's nice enough. That's a conversational snow, as Chris calls it.
At least we got some pretty snow, Chris. Let's get the first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Yeah, that snow was pretty yesterday. It wasn't a big storm. We had about a coating to 2 inches across the peninsula. Higher amounts the further north you went. We're at 19 in Ocean View. You can see the American flag there blowing in the wind, and temperatures are going to be rising to 26 by around 10 this morning. But you can see temperatures right now. We're at 17 in Delmar, 17 in Harrington. But when you factor in these wind gusts, 15 to 26 miles an hour, we're having wind chills in the single digits. It feels like 5 in Bethany Beach. It feels like 5 in Ocean Pines, 8 in Georgetown, and it feels like 7 in Milton. We have clear skies across the area. High pressure is building in today. We'll see a few clouds through the afternoon, but overall, a mix of sun and clouds throughout the afternoon today. Do watch for those slick spots out there this morning. We had a lot of blowing and drifting snow yesterday, so you may drive down a street, it's clear, and then another one has snow on top of it, and hopefully you were able to clear your car off as well. If not, it's going to take a little while for your car to warm up, as those temperatures are going to slowly begin to rise into the 20s through the afternoon, as well as the wind chill. It's going to feel like 18 by around noon, and then you see by the afternoon and then further on in the day, still only feeling like the low 20s with the winds. The winds won't be a huge factor as we go throughout the day today. Coming up, we'll talk about some milder temperatures down the road, and when our next chance of precipitation rolls in, I'll have more on that coming up, my full forecast a little later on.
All right, thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour, as Chris mentioned, the temperatures this morning are in the teens. You got that wind chill factor that makes it even colder, and it's especially dangerous for people without shelter.
CoastTV News reporter Lisa Weber in Lewis and Talisa. Groups like Code Purple are really needed on a day like this.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Right now, we are in Lewis in front of St. Jude the Apostle, which is one of a few Code Purple shelters here in Sussex County. And during these temperatures outside, when it's extremely cold, you want to limit the amount of times that you're outdoor. I actually just checked the CoastTV First Alert weather app, and it said it was 20 degrees outside, but it feels like 8. So this is dangerous for anyone, but especially for people who do not have shelter. Code Purple is open from December 1st until March 15th overnight, and they will always have people available to be in those shelters as long as there are volunteers. Code Purple says that they do need volunteers to operate and ensure that they can open every single night. Mill shelters have about 14 beds, that's what they've told us. But outside driving this morning, the main roads are in good condition. Some of those back roads you do want to be careful, but there is black ice, especially with these freezing temperatures. So just be careful as you are driving. Also, if you are in parking lots too, just double check. But we'll have more updates for you throughout the morning. Back to you.
Lisa Weber live in Lewis. Thank you for that. And as we get out of this winter weather grip, here's a cool tool to save until next time. DelDOT has a snow tracker and snow plow tracker. Now, those are little orange icons that show you where plows are in real time. So if you can see if they'll be near you soon.
Happening now, multiple schools are delayed today due to Sunday's snow. All school districts in Sussex County, including Milford, Cape, and Indian River, as well as some charter schools, are delayed by 2 hours. To Maryland, though, Worcester schools only set back an hour, and Wicomico schools 90 minutes delayed. Those districts citing frigid temperatures and icy conditions as the reasoning.
Breaking news now. According to a source close to the Reiner family, filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle Singer Reiner were found dead in their Los Angeles home on Sunday. That source also tells NBC News that the couple appeared to have died from stab wounds. Officials responded to the home shortly before 4 p.m. Pacific time to a report of 2 deceased at Reiner's Brentwood home. They found the body of a man in his 70s and a woman in her 60s inside, now identified as Reiner and his wife.
At this time, the Los Angeles Police Department is not seeking anyone as a suspect or as a person of interest or in any other manner, and we will not be doing that until we conduct our investigation and we move forward.
Officials are continuing to investigate, as you heard just there. Rob Reiner was 78 years old and his wife was 68. Turning now to Lewis, and the city there is looking at how to regulate drones. It's part of its Parks and Recreation Commission agenda meeting. That's on the agenda tonight, and Lewis will look at Rehoboth and Bethany Beach codes before drafting their own. Both Bethany and Rehoboth have restrictions such as when and where drones can operate. The commission again is meeting tonight at 5.
At that same Parks and Recreation meeting, the city will discuss their next draft aircraft code. And right now, the drafted rules say you are not allowed to take off in or launch or land any aircraft along the beach strand, and that's between Roosevelt Inlet and Cape May Lewis Ferry. There are exceptions listed in the drafted code for things like emergency situations.
Happening today, Bethany Beach is considering pedestrian safety upgrades. The Bethany Beach Town Council is expected to discuss 2 DelDOT contracts totaling almost $460,000 for upgrades along Route 26. Now, this plan includes improvements at the Route 26 and Kent Avenue intersection. Town would pay about $183,000 while DelDOT manages the work and inspections. People living in Bethany Beach think the potential improvement would aid traffic during the busier times of the year.
I know in the summertime there's tons of people walking and riding back and forth to the beach. And actually, if it encouraged people to ride their bikes to the beach, considering how parking is limited during the summertime, I think it'd be great if they could figure a way to pay for it.
And that meeting takes place in just a few hours from now at 10 a.m.
New this morning, possible changes for Ocean City's fiscal year 26 budget. According to the agenda, Town Council is expected to hold a first reading for an ordinance to adopt a budget amendment. Town documents detail some exponential changes since its adoption, and for this reason and others, officials are considering a budget increase. That first reading taking place tonight at 6 p.m.
Delaware lawmakers are again moving forward with hearings regarding the controversial property reassessments. The next one is taking place today. It's at 9 a.m. It's at Legislative Hall. It's expected this one will deal with school districts and funding. The hearings are related to a bill that allowed Newcastle school districts to reset its tax rates. And this just in, the deadly mass shootings at Brown University and in Australia, it dominated the headlines this weekend, and it's also reignited the issue of gun violence here at home.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us how law enforcement is responding as these investigations are ongoing.
After a weekend of devastating gun violence from the campus of Brown University in Rhode Island, where 2 people were killed, 9 injured in a classroom.
I'm at 355 Brook Street. Rescue 1 just transported 1 victim.
To the shores of Sydney, Australia, with at least 15 people killed, close to 30 in the hospital in what investigators call an anti-Semitic attack. President Trump weighing in.
To the 9 injured, get well fast, and to the families of those 2 that are no longer with us, I pay my deepest regards and respects from the United States of America.
That as investigators in Rhode Island said overnight they were releasing a person of interest in the Brown shooting.
There was some degree of evidence that pointed to this individual, but that evidence needed to be corroborated and confirmed. That evidence now points in a different direction.
Security video shows a person believed to be the shooter with no clear image of their face. As investigators raced to track down the gunman, the mayor of Providence looking to ease the community's fears.
Ever since the initial call, now a day and a half ago, we have not received any credible or specific threats to the Providence community.
While in Australia, police identified 2 suspects, a father and son, accused of terrorism targeting Jewish people who were celebrating the first day of Hanukkah at Bethany Beach, one of Australia's most popular tourist sites.
What was the most shocking was how long the gunfire lasted.
The 50-year-old suspect fatally shot at the scene, his 24-year-old son in custody and hospitalized with critical injuries, a bystander being hailed a hero for disarming one of the gunmen. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we're just getting started in this hour of CoastTV News today.
Yes, coming up, major mural reveal. What is the significance of this painting in Berlin?
Also, property owner renting rules. We'll tell you what Lewis officials are expected to discuss this week regarding rentals.
Still ahead, newer version, old cookie, what Oreo says it is releasing in the new year. And there we're getting a look at First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono in the Weather Center. We got the latest on the freeze. We check in with him next.
Good Monday morning, Delmarva, as we take a look at some of the snowfall totals from yesterday. 2.1 inches in Dover, 2 inches in Milton. We picked up a quarter and 1.25 in Long Neck with just over an inch in Lewis. So use some caution out there this morning. Any of those back roads that may have been plowed, it was a windy night, so we had a lot of blowing and drifting snow, so definitely some slick spots on those less traveled roads. Frigid wind chill, so allow your car extra time to warm up this morning. We're waiting for that sunrise. 7:12 this morning. We're at 18 in Lewis, 17 in Long Neck, 17 in Delmarva, but the wind chill feels like 5 in Bethany, feels like 4 in Rehoboth, and it feels like 7 in Milton. We have high pressure building into the east. It will keep us nice and dry but cold over the next few days, especially for the afternoon today as we struggle to get to the freezing mark with those wind chills in the teens and 20s through the afternoon. There are milder days ahead. We'll talk about that coming up in that full forecast.
Thank you, Chris. Southwest Airlines making an investment in Austin, Texas. The airline announced that it will open a new crew base for pilots and flight attendants at the city's international airport. The base will open in March, and it's expected to create over 2,000 high-paying jobs. Austin is supporting the effort with a $5.5 million incentive package.
There's a new snack coming for people who are trying to cut down on sugar. I know a few of those people. Oreo Zero Sugar Cookies scheduled to debut in January. Each sugar-free cookie has about 45 calories. That's nearly 10 fewer calories than a traditional Oreo, and that sugar-free option. This is key here, Chris. I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. It's also available in the double stuff version.
That is very important knowledge to know because those are my favorite ones. The dark chocolate ones are actually good too. Well, we're going to need an extra large coffee this morning, I think, for many of us. Temperatures getting up to around 31, but that wind chill is going to be the key. Feeling like the single digits now, gets a little better in the afternoon. We'll talk about some milder days ahead. Full 7-day forecast is up next.
Time is 6:18, and we are giving you a live look at the early morning scene at the Roosevelt Inlet in Lewis. Single-digit wind chills, Chris, to start our Monday.
Yeah, it's a bad combo. Monday, single-digit wind chills. Then we had a little snow yesterday on top of that. But yeah, just bone-dry cold across the area this morning as we take a look into Laurel. 18 degrees there. The dew point is 10. Winds are out of the west at about 7 miles an hour. When you take a look at the wind chills this morning, you could see, look at this. Feels like 6 degrees in Rehoboth. Feels like 7 Bethany. Feels like 8 in Milton. And it feels like 8 in Harrington. And that's all thanks to that northwest wind gust to 20-25 miles an hour. We still have those cold weather advisories, Dorchester, Wacomico, Worcester County through 9 this morning. A small craft advisory now in effect for the Atlantic coast from Rehoboth all the way down to Chincoteague. And we also have a low water advisory as well as small craft advisories up through the Chesapeake Bay. So high pressure is building in. It's going to keep us nice and dry through the day today, but cold. Partly cloudy skies through the afternoon. We'll get those temperatures up to the upper 20s. Wind chills will feel like the teens and 20s through the afternoon and evening. Another very cold night tomorrow. I'm not going to see single-digit wind chills, but it's going to feel like 13 in Ellendale. So slowly progressing here as we go through the week. Temperatures will moderate better by tomorrow afternoon as we get finally above the freezing mark. Partly cloudy through the afternoon. Starry skies through the overnight as we'll dip once again into the teens and 20s. By tomorrow afternoon, we get those temperatures above the freezing mark to near 40 and turns even milder as we go in through Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We make a run at 60. Average high is 50. Strong cold front's going to come through late Thursday night, bringing a round of rain through Friday morning, and then we're looking at colder temperatures behind the front. We're at 30 degrees this afternoon, feeling like 16 to 26, 18 overnight under starry skies. We're at 37 in through Tuesday, 58 Thursday, watching for a period of rain into Friday morning, and we dry out just in time for the weekend. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Taking a look now at what is an accessory dwelling unit. This is defined as a second independent living space that sits on the same property as a main house.
Wednesday, the Lewis Planning Commission will discuss the rules surrounding these ADUs in the city, and specifically the requirement that property owners must live in one part of that ADU.
Yeah, in a beach community like Lewis, the city says there's several existing ADUs where both units are being used as short-term rentals, and those people are breaking the rules because according to code, the property owner must live in one of the units.
The Lewis Planning Commission meets today, or Wednesday, at 6:30 p.m. And up next on CoastTV News Today, major mural reveal. We'll tell you how Worcester County is highlighting the history of a school that's been given new life. Don't go anywhere. School Community Heritage Center in Berlin is celebrating the installation of their new mural with a ribbon cutting and holiday reception. Patrick Henry, a Delmarva native from Berlin, painted the mural with themes of collaboration, education, and community. It features a portrait of Julius Rosenwald, who worked with Booker T. Washington in the early 1900s to build schools for young Black Americans.
Well, keeping warm is the objective this morning, being greeted by some pretty unpleasant temperatures stepping out the door this morning. We're at 18 in Lewis, and even more worse is the wind chills, feeling like the single digits through Ocean City and Fenwick Island through the morning. By the afternoon, partly cloudy skies, we get up to around 30, so it will feel like the teens and 20s through the afternoon in both Lewis and Rehoboth, but a cold, dry day on the peninsula. As we make our way into Cambridge, partly cloudy skies through the afternoon, 28 by around 4. We'll get up to around 30 in Crisfield with that wind coming off the bay anywhere between about 20 to 25 miles an hour. Carol Gold, congratulations from Millville, Delaware. You just won an umbrella from Coast TV, and you can always call our First Alert weather phone for your latest forecast. Milder times ahead. I'll have the details coming up in that full 7-day forecast.
And it's that time of year again for the Bless Our Children campaign. Every year, CoastTV works to make the holidays a little brighter for kids across Delmarva.
And the money you give goes to charities who then buy presents. And here's today's Shell Brothers Honor Roll.
From the bottom of our hearts, thank you to the businesses, groups, and individuals who have stepped up to the Shell Brothers Challenge of donating at least $1,000 to the Bless Our Children campaign.
We'd like to recognize those friends now by reading the Shell Brothers Honor Roll in order of amount given in increments of $1,000.
Friends and family of Captain Bob's Oyster Roast.
In loving memory of Stacy Dorsch.
Atlantic Community Thrift Shop.
Boggs Dish Haroon Post number 123.
Ocean City Elks Lodge number 2645.
Clark and Sons Garage Doors. James Maloney.
Eastern Shore Corvette Club Incorporated.
Cape Henlopen Elks 2540.
Seaboard Billboard Boat.
In memory of Carolyn Lehman Johnson.
Right Locations Inc.
Pat Littleton and Steve Rosenberry.
Michael and Nancy West.
General Refrigeration Company.
Edward Jones Office of Melinda Tingle.
Sons and Daughters of Italy of Ocean City Lodge number 2474.
Tony Tank Tribe number 149. Midway Par 3.
Inspiration Health Services LLC. Sugar and Gas Home and Comfort Products.
Donna Sackett and John Parker.
M.R. Ducks.
Bunting and Murray Construction.
Apgar Turf Farm Inc.
Chesapeake Urology. Doctors Mark Edney, Mark Shimko, Alyssa Gracely, and Jason Smith.
CJ's Beach Space.
In honor of Bill Hickman, Peninsula Imaging LLC.
Painting in America Made Great Again, Earl Johnson Painting.
In memory of Jean G. and John D. Henry.
Mr. and Mrs. R. Dean Goldsboro.
Evergreen Lodge number 153.
Janosic Family Charitable Foundation Fund.
Emery's General Service of Millsboro.
Willard's Lions Club. Sean Knoll Ways Limitless Worldwide.
Wheels That Heal Car Club.
Chesapeake Waste Industries.
Waikamico Lodge number 91 AF and AM.
Rotary International Lewis Rehoboth Beach Rotary Club.
Preston Growmark FS.
Pocomoke Elks Lodge number 1624.
American Legion Cinnapunxon Post number 166.
Fillmore Day Real Estate Services LLC.
Accurate Termite and Pest Control.
Delaware Improved Order of Redmen and Degree of Pocahontas.
Idlewild Brewerton Club.
Hawker's Supermarkets.
DJVO Entertainment.
Murray's Residential Service, Dennis and Barbara Murray.
Allen Corman and Son, Inc.
Antique Alley of Bridgeville in memory of Ron Hatfield.
Eastern Shore Auctions by Willie Benton.
ASAP Pumping and ASAP Total Disposal.
Absolute PDR, Dwayne and Brandy Geis.
David and Luis.
Tylerton Church, Inc. Contractors for a Cause.
Queen City Elks Lodge number 1051.
AccuTrench Contracting LLC.
IV Solutions.
Terra Firma of Delmarva Paving.
Crowley Associates Realty, Inc.
ABC Refrigeration, Inc. of Bishopville, Maryland.
BYOC Build Your Own Cookie, Chincoteague and West OC.
Corrado Construction Company.
The Caronville Foundation.
Tops Cutoff, DJ Services and Recording Studio.
Redmond of Delaware Orphans Board.
HVAC Services Unlimited, Inc.
Shore Fund Tractor Pullers.
Eastern Shore Region Antique Automobile Car Club. Harry and Jenny Davis.
Collins Wharf Sod.
Brittany McKinley, in loving memory of Ava Lee Quinn, Jim and Nancy McKinley.
Missionary Baptist Church.
Selbyville Elks Lodge, number 2173.
King Crop Insurance in memory of Bonnie King.
Sons of the American Legion, number 123. Richard Jordan, in memory of Maurice and Pearl Jordan.
Liberty Concrete and Home Enhancements LLC.
Chris Contracting, Inc.
Dagsboro Paint and Wallpaper.
In memory of Cecily Witt.
Dance Conservatory and Ballet Theater of Dover.
O.T. Beauchamp Jr., American Legion Post 94.
Lewis Rehoboth Moose Lodge 646.
Hastings Marine Construction.
June and John Lewis Jr.
Paula Kelly of Elite Lending Services LLC. Don and Stephanie McIntaffer.
Delmarva Art and Wool Expo.
Towers Concrete Products, Inc.
G.R. Campbell Construction.
Allen Lions Club.
Zion Church of Salisbury Women of Faith.
Coastline Sunrooms and Awnings.
The Riverside Grill.
Pools, Pavers, and more.
Harborside Bar and Grill.
Bob Willie and Sons, Inc.
Hickman Beach Plaza.
Preston R. Smith, Plumbing and Heating.
Rich and Karen Gollin.
American Legion Nanacoke Squadron number 6.
Historical Vintage Car Club of Delaware Incorporated.
B&R Auto Parts, Inc.
Joan W. Jenkins Foundation Incorporated.
Jolly Roger Amusement Parks.
Mike Singleton and Sons Pest Control Company.
Mount Zion Holiness Church, Inc.
Paul Morin's Floor and Wall Design.
R.D. Greer and Sons Co.
Shore United Bank. Michael Christian, Realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty.
Holly Lake Campsites and Holly Lake Grill.
Paradise Plumbing Incorporated.
Daisy's Well Drain.
Coastal Towing and Auto Repair Lewis.
Murray Sod Farm.
Monell and Sons Trucking Incorporated.
Donna Dorman Adams.
Burrs Logistics.
Seascape Property Management. In memory of Sam Ellers Jr.
Johnson's Seed and Feed.
Reynolds Excavating Inc. In memory of Granville and Joanne Trimper.
Cheryl, Gary, and Boys.
Maddox Brothers Trucking Inc.
Black Gold Farms.
In memory of Richard and Helen Webb.
Bethel Community Church, Millsboro, Delaware.
Chuck and Shirley Buchanan.
In loving memory of Noah, Catherine, and Martha Hopkins.
Classic Cakes of Salisbury. Japanesque.
Odd Fellows Lodge, Georgetown.
Salem Church, Inc. American Legion Auxiliary Cinnapunxon Unit number 166.
Jefferson, Urian, Doane, and Sterner, PA.
Timothy and Terry Scott. Prees Farm, LLC.
Curtis Mercer Remodeling Incorporated.
J. Stacy Hart Engineering.
We appreciate all of you stepping up to the Shell Brothers Challenge as a part of our Bless Our Children campaign.
If you'd like to help, send your carton donation to Bless Our Children in Carrick WBOC at 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland 21801, or you can donate on our website, blessourchildren.org.
Thank you for helping make this season merrier for children on Delmarva.
Happy holidays.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
And after the break on CoastTV News today, major shooting investigation. 2 mass shootings across the globe are top of mind for police as the search for suspects continues.
Also, Lewis seeks sky regulations. What are the flying objects the city is looking at today?
Plus, investigation after a director dies. We'll tell you the early details being released in the death of Rob Reiner and his wife. CoastTV News today. We'll be right back.
Now on CoastTV News.
Feeling the freeze, the danger these temperatures are presenting after Sunday snow.
Bone-chilling wind chills greeting us this Monday morning. We're also dealing with icy sidewalks and back roads. How long will Delmarva feel like a tundra? I'll have the answer coming up.
Investigating Reiner death, the developing story, and the information available over the shocking discovery at the filmmaker's home.
Limiting flight in Lewis. The aircraft restrictions under consideration today for the area near the Cape May Lewis Ferry.
This is CoastTV News Today.
December 15th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us today.
6:35. Number of schools have delays, and you can see that we're showing them on the crawl on the top of our screen.
I think those were honestly one of the favorite moments growing up when you would get up and you would check your local news to see, oh, did we have a 2-hour delay? And you never really would, and you still have to go to school anyways, but maybe on the off chance, maybe you would.
I think a delay is just as good. A little extra time, sleep in, get ready, maybe get that homework done.
That you put off the night before.
Over the weekend. Well, not letting anything slide when it comes to temperatures, the conditions, is our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono. He's in the Weather Center. Let's check in with him right now. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Yeah, beautiful shot here in Ocean View. Very nice, pretty look, right? But what you don't see is that cold. You do see the American flag blowing there in the wind. We're at 18 degrees in Ocean View, and you can see we're pretty much all in the teens this morning. 18 in Georgetown. We're at 17 Delmar, 16 in Seaford. But when you factor in the wind, what it actually feels like when that wind hits your skin, feels like 17 in Bethany Beach, feels like 6 in Rehoboth, feels like 8 in Salisbury. So there's really no escaping the single-digit wind chills this morning. We have clear skies across the region. The snow we had yesterday morning, well out to sea. High pressure building in, and we're going to stay relatively dry here for the next few days. In fact, frigid Monday. Wind chills, single digits and teens. We're going to slowly begin to moderate those temperatures tomorrow under sunny skies. We'll get finally above the freezing mark tomorrow. Trends even milder as we go into the middle part and the end of the week. So we'll get up to about 28 by around noon, but it's going to still feel like 18 degrees. And you can see the wind chills are going to generally be in the teens and 20s through the afternoon. We have another very cold night ahead, but as I mentioned, we'll talk more about those milder temperatures in that 7-day forecast a little later on the newscast.
All right, thank you, Chris. Yeah, we're looking forward to that, or maybe we're not based on the temperatures. But as Chris mentioned, the temperatures this morning are in the teens. That's especially dangerous for people without shelter. St. Jude the Apostle is one of the Code Purple locations in our area. Code Purple offers emergency nighttime shelter until March 15th. This is one of the coldest mornings we've experienced so far, making it very dangerous for people to be in these exposed temperatures. We spoke with the director for Code Purple at Cape, and here's what he had to say.
Code Purple at the Cape is open every night, regardless of the temperature. So the fact that we're in the single digits will probably draw more demand, but the shelter's open each night from December 1st to March 15th, without exception. And we've done that consistently now, entering our 4th season. We have more than 200 volunteers.
And for those driving this morning, also some tips just to make sure you give your car some extra time to warm up. Go slowly on the roads. There are patches of black ice. The main roads that we've noticed, they're pretty well kept, but just a little extra caution on those back roads and parking lots.
Happening now, multiple schools are delayed today due to Sunday's snow. All school districts in Sussex County, including Milford, Cape, and Indian River, as well as some charter schools, they're delayed by 2 hours. Now to Maryland, though, Worcester schools only set back by 1 hour, and Wacomico schools are 90 minutes delayed. The district citing frigid temperatures and icy conditions as the reasoning. Turning now to breaking news. According to a source close to the Reiner family, filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, were found dead in their Los Angeles home on Sunday. The source also tells NBC News that the couple appeared to have died from stab wounds. Officials responded to the home shortly before 4 p.m. to a report of 2 deceased at Reiner's Brentwood home. They found the body of a man in his 70s and a woman in her 60s inside, and now identified as Reiner and his wife. Officials are continuing to investigate. Rob Reiner was 78 years old and his wife was 68.
Going to turn now to Lewis, and the city there is looking how to regulate drones. It's part of its Parks and Recreation Commission agenda tonight. The commission is looking at Rehoboth and Bethany Beach codes before drafting their own. Both Bethany and Rehoboth have restrictions such as when and where drones can operate. Again, this commission is meeting tonight, and that is at 5.
At that same Parks and Recreation meeting, the city will discuss their draft aircraft code. Right now, the drafted rules say you are not allowed to take off and launch or land any aircraft along the beach strand. That's between Roosevelt Inlet and the Cape May Lewis Ferry. There are exceptions listed in the drafted code for things such as emergency situations.
Happening today, Bethany Beach is considering pedestrian safety upgrades. Town Council is expected to discuss 2 DelDOT contracts totaling almost $460,000 for upgrades along Route 26. And that plan includes improvements at the Route 26 and Kent Avenue intersection. Town would pay about $183,000 while DelDOT manages the work and inspections. That meeting is taking place at 10 a.m.
And Delaware lawmakers again moving forward with hearings regarding the controversial property reassessments. The next one will be held today in just a few hours at 9 a.m. at Legislative Hall. Those hearings were put on hold because of a lawsuit and related to a bill that allowed Newcastle school districts to reset its tax rates.
The new overnight, police say they are still trying to bring to justice the shooter who left 2 dead and injured 9 at Brown University over the weekend. They say they detained someone identified as a person of interest, but they are releasing him.
Amy Kiley shows us the ongoing investigation as the mayor says sheltering in place is no longer necessary.
Sometimes you head in one direction and then you have to regroup and go in another.
Police say someone who was a person of interest in connection to a mass shooting at Brown University is going free. They say they don't have enough evidence to keep him detained or to prosecute him. The Providence, Rhode Island police chief says authorities continue to investigate and
continue to do the work that we need to do to bring this person who's responsible to justice.
2 students are dead and 9 are injured after a shooter opened fire in a Brown classroom over the weekend.
In times of sadness and sorrow.
Community members are grieving, including with a vigil last night.
I was 15 years old when I was shot at my school, and I wasn't able to attend the vigil after the shooting. And, being here to support my community in any way I can is important to me.
This is an epidemic that's flooding our country, and to have it come so close to home is really, really hard to see.
While mourners remember the victims, witnesses remember the lockdown and shooting. This video shows students hiding in the library.
Police! Providence police!
Hands!
Until law enforcement found them. Others were in the room with the shooter.
The first couple gunshots went straight to the chalkboard, exactly where I was standing.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
And we have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, major success for mega adoption. We'll tell you how many animals found their forever homes this weekend from the BBSPCA.
Also, the Birds bounce back. Jalen Hurts throws for 3 touchdowns. And how close are the Eagles to another division title?
Plus, ferry passage pause when drivers will need to find alternate travel options as the Woodland Ferry takes a break. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today. And it's time to showcase how you're decorating your homes this holiday season. Matt, today, it is beautiful. This is a gorgeous photo.
This lighting of this tree, this is your wheelhouse. You love the white lights.
It is. I'm getting as close to our monitor as possible to see all the decorations on that tree. This is coming to us from Dan and Antoinette in Fruitland, and you can see beautiful white lights, even a little teddy bear off to the side, some gifts underneath the tree already. Thank you so much for sending us a photo of your Christmas tree, Dan and Antoinette. And if you'd like to send us your decorations,
yeah, you you can, if you want them on our screen in our broadcast, take a look at your screen right now. You can send in your pictures by heading to our website, coasttv.com/holidayhouse.
Good Monday morning, Delmarva. We put a little bow tie on our snow from yesterday morning. Picked up a little over 2 inches in Dover, 2 inches right on the button there in Milton, 1.4 in Long Neck. The lesser totals the further south you went, and the higher the further north, upwards of over 6 inches across Newcastle County. Seeing clear skies out there, but a cold, frigid start. 18 in Rehoboth. We're at 18 in Milton. When you factor in the wind, we're dealing with single-digit wind chills. Feels like 6 in Rehoboth, 8 in Georgetown, as well as 8 in Milton. We have high pressure building in, and that's really going to keep us nice and dry over the next few days. Temperatures getting just slightly below the freezing mark with those wind chills in the teens and 20s. We'll talk about some milder days ahead. Full 70 forecast just minutes away.
Thank you, Chris. You're now looking at images of the concerts at Rehoboth Beach's bandstand in the summer and just how crowded they get. This week, Rehoboth staff is recommending the city have stronger enforcement to keep sidewalks and business entrances clear. A proposed ban on parking in the Horseshoe by the bandstand after 6 p.m. on concert nights, as well as better communication about temporary traffic changes. DelDOT announcing upcoming closures of the Woodland Ferry. According to the department, the first closure is set to take place today until December 22nd, then again on Christmas Day, and finally from December 29th to January 2nd.
The Eagles playing their final home game before Christmas, hoping their opponent, the Raiders, that would be the 2-11 Raiders, or the get-right team the Birds so desperately need right now. The Eagles entered this Week 15 contest on a 3-game losing streak. It's a far cry when these two franchises met in Super Bowl 15. Opening drive lasted over 7 minutes, capped with a shuffle pass to Dallas Goedert. Touchdown Eagles and a 7-0 lead. It's 10-0 when just after the 2-minute warning in the second quarter. Saquon Barkley, let's check him out there. From Penn State up the middle for a 2-yard score, making it a 17-0 game. And then how about another shuffle pass to Goddard? How about another touchdown? All Eagles all the time. 31-0 the final. The losing streak is over. The Birds are 9-5. They have a game Saturday at Washington. And if they win that, they win the NFC East. Let's go to Cincinnati. Lamar Jackson had 2 touchdown passes. The Ravens get back to 500 with a convincing 24-0 win over the Bengals. And this win gets the Ravens to within a half game of the AFC North lead. That makes them very big Miami Dolphin fans tonight because they play against the Steelers. To the New Jersey Swamps, Washington snaps their 8-game losing streak. Terry McLaurin with this 51-yard touchdown catch and run for the clincher of a 29-21 win over the Giants. Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 6 p.m., we have live boys high school basketball when Pocomoke visits Salisbury School. And then you can catch the final score at 10:30 p.m. You can watch that Pocomoke Salisbury School game that we just mentioned on DSN Plus, along with these exclusives. 4 p.m. Seaford hosts Saints Peter and Paul in girls basketball. Then we have a couple of boys basketball games for you. 5:30 Worcester Preps at Delmarva Christian. 5:45 Snow Hill faces Parkside.
And here's what we can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
Coming up today on Coast Life, the return of my co-host. We're going to have Leah Rizzo joining us in studio, probably looking a little tanner and ready to tell us a few tales of her trips abroad. Plus, we're going to be sitting down with the gang from Parker Group. They have a big Christmas event coming up at the end of the week, and you're not going to want to miss it as we get into some deep talkers, debates, arguments. Usually I'm the winner. It's all here on Coast Life.
Well, you're going to need the whole arsenal this morning. You're going to need a layered clothes, winter coat, hats, gloves, scarves. You're going to need it all. A warm drink as well. We'll talk about how long these frigid wind chills stick around. Full 7-day forecast is up next.
And And the time is now 6:52 a.m. as we're taking a live look out into Laurel. The sun's coming up. Looks awfully bright out there, Chris. And today we have a bit of a snowy landscape that we're looking over.
Oh yeah, I know you loved that snow yesterday. You picked up a couple inches across the peninsula, more further to the north, and you see the American flag blowing there. Yeah, we have some pretty bitter wind chills this morning. We're at 19 in Ocean View, but look at that. Feels like 7 in Bethany Beach. It feels like 8 in Milton. Feels like 8 in Harrington. Now we'll slowly get those wind chills in the teens throughout the afternoon. High pressure pushing eastward, keeping us dry and relaxed and sunny. You can see some lake effect snow around Michigan. Highs today will reach near 30 degrees. It feels like 20 by 1 o'clock this afternoon with that air temperature of 29. Wind chills will fall right back into the teens this evening into early Tuesday morning. So another very cold start to our day on Tuesday, but then we begin to moderate those temperatures as we go into Tuesday afternoon. Partly cloudy skies through the afternoon. It'll be a clear, frigid night falling into the teens. By tomorrow, we get finally above the freezing mark to near actually 40 degrees ahead of a cold front. The cold front will be moving through Thursday night through Friday, 58 by Thursday, and then that rain will be rolling in Friday morning. We're looking at a period of rain, and then that clears out, and we dry out just in time for the weekend. 43 by Saturday, 53 on Sunday under partly cloudy skies. Grace.
Thank you, Chris. And the time is now 6:54 a.m. Time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And Grace, we love this picture from last hour. We're going to take a look at it again. You can see Charlie on your screen, and Charlie has his, quote, baby. That's the toy in his mouth. And they are ready for the big holiday. We are wondering what is on Charlie's list.
I think Charlie must be on the nice list this year. Look at that face.
Charlie was submitted to us by his family in Ocean City.
And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. You can send us photos, tell us what makes them so special. Maybe they've got a baby of their own. You want to take a look at your screen now?
Yeah, scan that QR code at the top of your screen to get your friends to Coast TV, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Frigid Monday on Delmarva. It will feel more like the teens throughout the afternoon. We are going to see plenty of sunshine by the afternoon as well, and we're looking at milder temperatures by midweek.
All right.
Thank you for joining us here on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m. and then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11, Grace.
Yes, and for even more local news and coverage, you can download our Coast TV News and weather apps. And until midday, have a great morning.